Hello, today's video is all about makeup fails, makeup regrets, products that just didn't work out for me and why. I find hearing reasons that products don't work for people just as helpful as hearing reasons that products do work out for people, so I figured you might be the same way. Also, the reasons why these products didn't work out for me might be the reasons they work out for someone else. I have some products in here that a lot of people like, and for whatever reason, they were just fails for me. Some I received in PR, some I bought for myself, but they're all just not working for me. So I figured I would share them with you today. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. And let's get into these makeup fails and regrets that just didn't work for me. I'm starting with a popular concealer that a lot of people seem to really enjoy. It's also got pretty great ratings, and I get asked fairly often if I've reviewed it before or if I'm planning to review it. I did review this Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer when it first came out in one of my concealer roundups, and I had high hopes for it based on the description. It says it's supposed to give medium to full coverage and be a lightweight formula that corrects, brightens, blurs, and conceals while blending to give you a natural second skin finish. It also says it's supposed to hydrate the delicate under eye area to provide smooth, creaseless, comfortable wear without oxidizing or settling into fine lines. And it's supposed to give a soft focus effect. What I also noticed though is that it says it's best for oily, combo, and normal skin. Now I am 48 years old and I have dry under eyes with texture and fine lines. So the concealer pool has narrowed down the older I've gotten. I'm not in my 20s anymore. Things aren't as smooth as they used to be. So finding good concealers that cover my dark circles while remaining creamy and hydrating and flattering throughout the day and staying on my skin and staying natural and skin-like, it's kind of a task, which is one of the reasons why I test products like concealers and foundations out. So this concealer looked really, really good at the beginning of the day. I loved the coverage and the feel, and I would say it was pretty self-setting if you're someone who doesn't crease badly under your eyes. But as the day went on, my under eye area just looked more textured and dry and unflattering. I was hoping to have the same results as so many of you were having and raving about, but I just did not. This was a product regret for me for sure. But I mean, my job is to test makeup to see how it performs so I can give you my verdict to help you make better buying decisions. So from that standpoint, I can't really say I regretted it, but I can say it did not work for me at all. A concealer I love that does all of those things is the Huda Beauty one. I think that's a great alternative and kind of what I was hoping for from the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer. I can't even count the number of times I've come on here raving about how much I love a good lip hybrid product that kind of combines a lip tint, gloss, balm, and treatment all in one. They're just so easy and flattering and go with everything, so convenient to throw in your purse. I have some high-end and drugstore that I love and I reach for regularly. So this PR package showed up at my door from Hard Candy with these Instapout lip melts in them, right up my alley. I was very, very excited, and there are several shades available. A lot of them are pretty saturated, not a lot of just straight up nudes, which is what I typically go for, but that is not what I'm talking about here today. So the shade that I have here is just kind of a soft pink called Meet Cute. And you can see that it, glides on and performs exactly like this type of lip product should. And I don't even notice a scent with these, really nothing that blows me out of the water anyway. I mean, I'm a little bit stopped up today, but nothing is just, knocking me down or anything. However, when I applied these to my lips, the first thing I noticed was, how pretty it was, how it flattered my lip lines and just kind of, gave me that soft, flattering lip tint, lip balm, lip treatment look. And I thought, okay, great, we've got one for around $7. This is perfect. And then it hit me. The chemical taste and smell. It was bad. I had to wipe it off. I can't tell you the last time I had to wipe a lip product off my lips because of how it smelled and tasted. And that was just a big bummer for me. I think otherwise they would have been winners for me, but the taste and the scent put them in a major fail category for me. Now, I do want to say, where did it go? There it is, that the lip liners don't have that same chemical taste and scent. I'll be talking more about these in an upcoming video, but I did just want to let you know that since they came together. If you like lip hybrid products, just easy lip products like these as much as I do, I'll put some alternatives for you down below in all price ranges that I reach for regularly in my description box and in my top pinned comment if you're wanting to check some of those out. I do really wish this had worked though, because I do like Hard Candy overall as a brand. I mean, that's kind of what we have in this video. I like the brands overall, but you know, every brand has some products that just don't work for you, and this is one of those products. I know this is a hot take because of how popular and how viral this product has gone several times, actually. I just don't think that Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in Pinkgasm is all that great. I don't think it's a must-have in my makeup collection. I don't think it's horrible, but I could live without it, and I reach for other liquid and cream and stick cheek products more than I reach for it. I think the reason why it went so viral is because of how you get kind of a blush and a highlighter all in one, but sometimes that luminosity, that sheen is a little bit too much for me. It's not completely natural looking, and on a daily basis, that's really what I prefer. Even when I'm using a blush that looks like it could be a combination all-in-one blush and highlighter, I like for it to look a little more natural, more undetectable than Pinkgasm. Plus, I really dislike that sponge tip applicator. Now we have all kinds of dupes trying to dupe that product with sponge tip applicators. I actually reach for her matte version of that more because it looks like natural skin, but when I want a combination looking product that actually looks natural and beautiful and blends out easier and more seamlessly, I reach for the Tarte Maneater. What's the official name of these? Tarte Maneater Blush and Glow cheek plumps. I love these, and I think these are so underrated. I'm pretty sure these are going to be in Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, and I am going to be getting these in another shade, something a little bit different than the pink and peachy pink that I have now. I just have other products that I reach for more than that Beauty Light Wand in Pinkgasm. Is it a fail? No, but it's something that I definitely don't feel like I needed to spend my money on. I do love some Charlotte Tilbury products. It's a brand I reach for a lot, and that is a pretty product, but it's not a must-have product for me from that brand. I have a few foundations to share that stand out to me because I just really wanted them to work for various reasons. The first is Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. I love a good skin tint, but they're not all created equally. So this one is popular. A lot of you really like it. And I remember I struggled with this because it emphasized dryness that I didn't even know I had. I have combination skin that gets shiny and oily in my T-zone, and the perimeter of my face is normal and can have some dehydration or dryness depending on what's going on with my skincare, the climate, the time of year, different variables. The climate I live in is also very hot and humid, which has to be taken into consideration when we're talking about how foundations wear. I could not get this to last well without a primer, and even with a primer, I get shiny with it really quickly and it wears away very, very fast. So this is a foundation, a skin tint that I really wanted to like. It just didn't work out for me no matter how I tested it or tried it. It was one of those odd ones that emphasized dryness, yet it didn't last well, and it also made me really shiny in my oily areas. So it was hard for me to even recommend this for a specific skin type, at least in my climate anyway. So that's the first one that's really popular that a lot of people like. Now I have another one here that is less well-known, less popular, but it was $75. I really wanted this to work. This is the Bobbi Brown Intensive Serum Foundation. Now, there are some Bobbi Brown products that I absolutely love, and I mean, look at this luxe bottle. This is a foundation I had high hopes for. And if you saw the foundation roundup where I included this, you know that this was a huge fail for me. This clung to texture I didn't even know I had and sat on top of my skin. I could not get it to blend into my skin no matter what I did. Without a primer, with a primer, I tried it with different skincare, and it just looked so terrible. I couldn't even get a wear test out of it because I couldn't wear it anywhere. That is how badly this performed. So this was $75 wasted, unfortunately. Again, from a brand that I absolutely adore overall. But man, this was a lot of money to spend on a foundation to have that experience. Again, I am happy to test these products out, but when they fail like that, it hurts a little. I have another foundation which happens to be another Charlotte Tilbury product, which is kind of odd considering how many Charlotte Tilbury products I actually do love. I just happen to have two in this particular video, I guess because they're more recent. I do feel like I'm the odd man out here though, because a lot of people really enjoy this foundation. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. Now it does feel very lightweight, I'll give it that. This is another one though that picked up on some dryness right upon application. Clearly, that makes a product a fail for me because I know a lot of you have dry skin, not even combination skin. So when a product does that to me, I feel like you're gonna wanna know about it. And all three of these did that to me. So initially, it emphasized and showed some dryness, and it also gets shiny on me pretty quickly. And as the day goes on, as it settles into my skin, it settles into my pores and texture, and it just makes those look not so good. And that shine is always there for me. So this just was another foundation fail that I had hoped to love. Now I do really love her Airbrush Flawless Finish foundation. I shared that in my top long wearing foundations video. If you haven't seen that, I'll have that link below and in my top pinned comment, as well as up in a card here if you want to check that out. There's some really, really great foundations in that video. There was a period of time where I feel like a lot of people were sharing how they removed peach fuzz on their face with the finishing touch device because it was easy and fast and, you know, an electric way to do it. And at one point I shared in a video how I felt like that was kind of a fail for me, and I felt like I was the only person that felt that way. It's been a while since I've talked about that, and I don't think I put it in a video like this, but I pulled it back out the other day to retry it to see if my feelings had changed, and it really just validated my feelings about that product. So I added it to this list for this video. So what I find when I use that finishing touch device, even though it's designed to remove facial hair cleanly and efficiently, I find it takes me a lot longer to use that to get the job done than it does to use one of these. Quite a bit longer, actually. I just have to sit there and use circular motions over and over and over. Whereas with this, if I'm wanting to get the peach fuzz off, all I have to do is this. I feel like I'm done so much quicker. Plus, these usually cost less too. So that's definitely a product I could have not spent my money on. I could have just been using these. It's just not necessary in my opinion. You guys may feel differently about everything I'm sharing in this video, and that's completely fine. What I don't like, you might love, and vice versa. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I always love reading your thoughts and your comments and seeing the dialogue that comes out of that. But for me, when I want to remove any peach fuzz anywhere, just a few swipes of this does the job quickly, efficiently, and that's all I need. I was looking through my eyeshadow palettes the other day and I realized it had been a really long time since I've used any of my Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes. And actually, the past few times when I thought about using them, I opted to use something else instead. I realize I am probably in the minority here, but Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes cost a lot of money, and I feel like I just don't reach for them as much as I do other eyeshadow palettes. And I always think, okay, when I have some kind of a special look that I'm putting together, I'll reach for one of these. But then I end up reaching for one of my Natasha Denona palettes, Glam, or I'll reach for my Persona Identity palette because I just find they're a little more user-friendly. I mean, I think the quality is here, I guess, but I just think you can get really nice quality without spending this kind of money for it. And as you can probably tell, I'm really apprehensive about even saying this out loud because I feel like I might be the only YouTube beauty content creator that has ever uttered these words that I kind of regret spending the money on these expensive palettes. It's almost like the unique sparkly shades are too dressy, too sparkly to wear, for me anyway, on an everyday basis. And so if I'm gonna reach for the other shades, I have other palettes I can reach into for those. And then when it comes to those special times, I also end up reaching for other palettes. I don't know why that is. It's kind of crazy. I think what I'm gonna do is see how these take me through the end of 2023, because we do have some dressy events, some special events coming up. If I don't reach for these, for any of them, then I think we're done. I think we're done with Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes now. I have other Pat McGrath products that I cannot live without, but these, I believe that I can. Let me know one product you really regret spending your money on, or that was a big fail for you, in the comments down below. I would love to hear that, because I don't think I'm alone in that. I don't think I'm alone in having these products that are just kind of sitting here, or that I've just passed on to someone else because maybe they'll like it more than I have. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful in some way. If you did, I'd love it if you would give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and if you enjoy everyday beauty made easy, because that's what my channel is all about. And if you do want to see some foundation reviews, be sure and check this video out here. I really appreciate you watching today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!